Commander Jack Rivers sat quietly on the bridge of the human scout ship Starhawk. The stars stretched endlessly outside, calm and silent. It was supposed to be a routine patrol near the disputed sector of the Andara cluster. Nothing unusual. Nothing dangerous. And then the sensors screamed, "Sir, you need to see this," said Lieutenant Mara, pointing at the display. On the main screen, a massive energy signature appeared. It wasn't just a ship, it was a human warship, one that no one had ever seen before. Its hull was massive, angular, and bristling with technology that looked centuries ahead of anything the galaxy had. Energy flowed along its surface like living veins. Jack's brow raised. Impossible. That shouldn't be here. Across the cluster, alien fleets were moving in formation, preparing for a patrol clash. Their sensors immediately picked up the same signature. Thousands of alien ships froze. Fleet commanders stared at their displays in disbelief. What appeared on their screens was not just a warship, it was a human warship, and no one knew humans could build ships like this. Jack leaned forward, studying the controls. "All right. Let's see what we've got." The warship moved slowly out of the hidden hypergate, a structure long thought abandoned. Its engines hummed powerfully, sending shockwaves across the sensor grids. Alien ships instinctively adjusted their formations. Unsure whether to attack or retreat, the human captain spoke calmly to his crew. "Steady. Keep scanning. Do not fire first." The bridge was silent except for the hum of the ship. Jack and his team moved smoothly, adjusting shields, testing weapons, running simulations. Every motion was precise, casual, almost as if commanding a normal shuttle instead of a warship feared across star systems. Outside, the alien fleet froze in unison. Their ships hung motionless. Some commanders whispered to each other. Others simply stared. No one had ever seen a human warship like this. One of the largest fleets in the sector had just stopped in mid-orbit, unable to react. Jack noticed the hesitation. He smiled faintly. "Looks like we got their attention." Lieutenant Mara glanced at him nervously. "Sir, they're not moving." "Not one of them." Jack leaned back in his chair. "That's fine. Let them watch. First impressions matter." The alien fleet tried to regroup. Orders were shouted in multiple languages, commands sent through complex relay networks. Yet, none dared make the first move. They had studied human ships before, of course, but nothing prepared them for this. The technology, the size, the confidence. It was like a ghost of the old human navy had returned. A ship that carried centuries of human ingenuity and unpredictability in its hull. Jack watched as a distant alien destroyer powered up its weapons, hesitated, then powered down again. Another fleet commander tried to move, only to pause mid-maneuver. Panic rippled through the alien ranks. Jack smiled again. Calm, collected, completely in control. Humans were small. Humans were new. Yet here he was sitting in the captain's chair of a ship that could freeze an entire alien fleet without firing a single shot, prepared to engage sensors fully. Jack said, "Let's see what they really think of us." The ship responded instantly. Alien signals, energy pulses, and long-dormant tracking systems awoke. Lights glowed across the hull. Panels flickered. The warship had woken from decades of slumber. Far across the cluster, alien commanders whispered fearfully, Is that a human warship?" Jack Rivers leaned back, sipping his drink casually. "Yep," he said softly. "And they're about to learn something very important." And at that moment, the galaxy realized something terrifying. One human ship. One captain. And the entire alien fleet froze, unsure whether to attack, flee, or surrender. The war had not started, but the first move had already been made. Jack Rivers watched the alien fleet on the main display. Every ship was frozen in place, their weapons trained but unmoving. Hundreds of alien vessels ready to fire, yet none dared. "Sir." "They're not reacting," Lieutenant Mora said, her voice tight with awe. Jack leaned back, calm as ever. "Good. That means we have the advantage." Without even moving. On the bridge of the human warship, everything hummed smoothly. Shields adjusted automatically. Sensors scanned the enemy. Weapons powered up, ready, but Jack did not give a single aggressive order. His calm presence was enough. Outside, alien commanders panicked. "Why isn't it attacking?" one demanded. "Why isn't it moving?" No one could understand it. Humans were a small species, weak in theory, yet here they were, controlling a ship capable of destroying entire fleets. And the human captain was calm. Jack moved his hands lightly over the controls, checking systems. "Status?" he asked. "All systems stable. Weapons online." "Shields at full power," Mara reported. "Perfect," Jack said. "Let's keep them guessing." The alien fleet tried to move again. Small squadrons attempted flanking maneuvers, testing their sensors. The human warship responded instantly, not with aggression, but with precision. It shifted slightly, repositioning shields, opening new scan fields, predicting every alien move. Jack smiled faintly. "You're learning fast," he said to the ship. The AI pulsed, lights flickering along the hull. "Captain." "They are adapting slowly. They fear. But they cannot understand you." "Exactly," Jack replied. "Let them wonder what we'll do next." For the first time in the sector's history, an entire alien fleet realized a human was not like other species. They did not act predictably. They did not panic under pressure. They were intelligent, calm, and fearless. Across the battlefield, alien ships shifted uneasily. Commanders argued. Orders conflicted. Hesitation spread like wildfire. One wing of the fleet accidentally turned back, another halted mid-maneuver. The humans were not attacking. They didn't even need to. Their calmness alone was enough to dominate. Jack rotated slightly in his chair, observing. "They don't know what to do," he said softly. "Perfect." A warning came from the sensors. Alien weapons were beginning to power up again. Lasers, plasma cannons, torpedoes all ready. Jack did not flinch. "Let them fire," he said casually. He pressed a few buttons. Energy fields shimmered around the warship, shields flexing like living armor. Every shot the aliens fired bounced harmlessly. Some weapons were disrupted mid-flight. The alien fleet froze again, unsure what had happened. Jack laughed softly. "See? Calm wins more battles than rage." The aliens began to whisper among themselves. "What are these humans? They do not fear. They do not fight like us. They are different." Jack sat back, feet up slightly, relaxed. His crew moved with quiet efficiency. Every command was precise but unhurried. Every move was confident. In the darkness of space, a single truth became clear. Humans were unpredictable, intelligent, and fearless. They didn't need to attack to dominate. Their calm was a weapon stronger than any energy cannon. Jack Rivers smiled faintly, sipping his drink. "Let's see how they handle the next surprise." The alien fleet, frozen and confused, did not realize it yet, but they had just met a new kind of threat. One they could not predict. One they could not easily defeat. And the calm human commander was only getting started. Jack Rivers watched the alien fleet carefully. Hundreds of ships, sleek and deadly, were frozen in space. Every commander stared at the human warship like it was a ghost. Jack pressed a few buttons on the console. Lights flickered across the hull. The ship's engines hummed deeply. and energy shields formed like invisible walls around the vessel. Lieutenant Mara glanced at him. "Sir, they're still not moving." Jack leaned back. "Good. Let's show them what humans can do." For centuries, alien species had built ships designed to destroy planets, fleets, and entire systems. They had fought wars, conquered worlds, and survived countless battles. Yet no one had ever seen a human warship like this one. The first demonstration came silently. Without firing a shot, the human ship shifted its energy patterns. Shields reflected long-range scans, distorting alien sensors. Communication scrambled. Fleet coordination failed. One alien commander shouted orders, but the ships did not respond correctly. Another tried to maneuver, only to pause mid-flight. Confused by the unpredictable movements of the human warship, Jack smiled faintly. "See? Sometimes it's not about shooting first. It's about being unpredictable." Then he tapped another control. Weapon systems powered up. Massive cannons, plasma turrets, and energy disruptors glowed along the hull. Jack did not fire. Not yet. But the presence alone sent a shiver through the alien ranks. Signals spread through their fleets. This ship was more advanced than anything in the galaxy. Shields adaptive, weapons precise, engines faster than expected. And yet, it was commanded by a single human, calm and confident. The alien fleet tried to regroup. Leaders shouted at each other. Their tactics, carefully practiced for decades, suddenly failed. They could not predict how the human ship would respond next. Jack tapped his console again. Targeting systems activated, scanning the alien ships. Energy fields adjusted. Defensive shields strengthened. Every system moved with precision, as if the ship itself was alive and it trusted the human captain completely. Lieutenant Mara whispered, "Sir, it's like the ship is thinking for itself." Jack chuckled softly. "Exactly. And it's on our side." The alien commanders panicked. Small vessels tried to retreat. Others powered up their weapons. Some even attempted to attack, but the human ship shields adapted instantly. Lasers fizzled harmlessly. Plasma bolts dissipated. The fleet froze once again. Jack leaned back, calm, sipping a drink. Not bad for the first demonstration. The galaxy watched from afar. Sensor networks detected the human warship, alive with energy and power beyond imagination. The legends of humans being weak and insignificant were shattered in a single moment. One ship, commanded by one human, had frozen an entire alien fleet without firing a single shot. Whispers spread among the alien admirals. They are not like us. They are fearless. They are clever and dangerous. Jack Rivers smiled faintly. Yep, that's humans for you. Even without destruction, the human warship had won. The aliens were terrified. Their fleets were confused. Their plans were useless. Jack tapped another button, initiating a silent scan. Energy patterns revealed weaknesses in the alien fleet formations. He didn't attack yet. He didn't need to. The power, the presence, and the calm were enough. And far across the galaxy, every species would soon learn a frightening truth. Humans did not fight like others. They adapted. They strategized. They were patient, and when they commanded a warship like this, the galaxy froze. Jack Rivers looked at the stars ahead, calm, casual, completely in control. "Let's see how long it takes them to figure us out," he muttered. Jack Rivers sat in the captain's chair, calm and composed, as the alien fleet floundered before him. Hundreds of ships, designed for war, were frozen, confused, and terrified. But Jack didn't rush. He didn't need to. Humans fought differently, carefully, cleverly, and with patience. "Status report," Jack said casually. Lieutenant Mara responded, All systems stable, Captain. Shields at maximum. Weapons ready but idle. Alien fleet. Still unsure. Jack leaned back, tapping a few buttons lightly. Good. Let's teach them a lesson without firing a single shot. For now. The human warship shifted. It moved with precision, changing its angle and position subtly. Energy pulses ran along the hull. Alien sensors flickered and scrambled. Small squadrons tried to flank the ship, but they were always a step behind. Every move Jack made seemed simple, but it disrupted the entire alien strategy. One alien admiral shouted orders in panic, only to realize his fleet was malfunctioning. Ships collided, turned incorrectly, or stopped mid-flight. Jack's calm strategy had created chaos. Without a single weapon fired, the human warship dominated the battlefield. Jack smiled faintly. Sometimes you don't need to shoot to win, he said. He activated a holographic tactical map. Dots representing alien ships flickered as he traced potential weaknesses. Every calculation was precise. Every maneuver seemed casual, but it was brilliant. The human warship and its captain were acting as one entity, thinking faster than the aliens could even react. Sir, Mara said quietly, they're losing control. Their formations are collapsing. Jack nodded. Perfect. Let them think they're safe, then show them what humans can do. He gave a series of subtle commands. Shields adjusted automatically. Engines repositioned. Sensors scanned the alien fleet, identifying vulnerable points without firing a single shot. The aliens began to argue with each other, sending conflicting commands. Their fleets fracturing under the pressure of a calm, patient human strategy. Across the galaxy. Fleets had faced humans before, but never like this. A single human warship commanded by a captain who didn't panic, didn't rush, and didn't overreact could disrupt an entire armada. Alien scholars would later call it unthinkable. Jack's voice was calm, almost bored, as he spoke to his crew. Maintain position. Keep scanning. Be ready to protect any ally who needs us. And then came the real test. Several small human colonies were under threat from rogue alien ships nearby. Jack gave a single order: escort the convoys. Keep them safe. The warship responded flawlessly. Weapons aimed defensively, shields shifted to protect vulnerable points, and engines moved with perfect timing. In minutes, every human convoy was safe. Not a single shot needed to destroy the enemy. Humans had won by strategy, calmness, and intelligence. The alien fleet could only watch. Hundreds of ships at the height of their power had no idea how to respond. One commander whispered, "We faced thousands of enemies. But never like this. They are different." Jack Rivers leaned back, calm and relaxed, hands behind his head. "They'll figure it out soon enough," he said softly. "Humans fight smarter, not just harder." And in the silence of space, with the alien fleet confused and scattered, one truth became clear. Humans were unpredictable, clever, and unstoppable when they trusted their brains over brute force. The galaxy had never seen a strategy like this, and it would never forget it. The alien fleet had scattered, confused, frustrated, terrified. Jack Rivers sat in the captain's chair of the human warship, calm as ever. His crew worked quietly, efficiently. The human ship gleamed under the starlight, alive with energy and power beyond anything the galaxy had seen. And yet not a single shot had been fired. Status report. Jack said casually. Lieutenant Mara responded, "All systems stable, Captain." Alien fleet. Retreated. They're regrouping, but their morale is shattered. Jack smiled faintly. Good. That's how you win without unnecessary fighting. The galaxy had learned a lesson in the last few hours. Humans were not weak. Humans were not predictable. Humans were calm, clever, and capable of thinking faster than entire fleets could react. For centuries, alien commanders had underestimated humans. They thought humans were small, insignificant, easy to ignore. They had laughed at stories of human ingenuity, at legends of human bravery. Now they regretted it. Reports spread like wildfire. A single human warship had frozen an entire alien fleet. No shots fired, no planets destroyed, yet the effect was total. The galaxy whispered in fear and awe. They do not fight like us. They are calm, patient, and dangerous. One human can change the balance of power. Jack leaned back, tapping a finger on the console. They'll remember this. The AI pulsed softly. Captain, the galaxy now fears humans. Jack chuckled softly. Not fear for the wrong reasons. They'll respect humans now. Eventually. Even as alien fleets recovered, hesitation remained. Commanders second-guessed every decision. Scholars debated for weeks how a single ship, commanded by a human, could dominate an entire armada without firing a shot. Jack's ship continued through the sector, scanning, learning, observing. Humans did not need destruction to assert strength. Intelligence, strategy, calmness, and adaptability were more powerful than any weapon. Across the galaxy, whispers turned into stories. Young humans would one day learn of this battle, not a battle of explosions, but of minds of calm courage and brilliant strategy. Humans had earned a new place in the cosmos. Jack looked at the stars ahead. Just another day in space, he said softly. And in the distance, alien fleets hesitated. They remembered the calm, the intelligence, the unpredictability of the human captain and his warship. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries. It would never do so again. Jack Rivers leaned back, sipping his drink. The ship hummed softly beneath him, alive, obedient, and powerful. Together, human and ship were unstoppable, not because of brute force, but because humans were clever, patient, and brave beyond expectation. Legends would be written. Stories whispered. And for the first time, the galaxy truly feared what humans could accomplish.